Welcome to Spokane's 50-Hour Slam. Once a year, filmmakers of all kinds take on the challenge of writing, shooting, and completing a short film in one weekend. Their script is up to them, but they have a list of certain elements which they must include in their film. The Slam is run by a small group of dedicated and highly creative volunteers, including the co-founder of the annual 48-Hour Film Festival for Spokane's first night.
We wanted to create an event that was slightly different than the 48. The 48 is a wonderful project, but it's a very family-oriented project which kind of controls what the artist can do as filmmakers. So we wanted to do a little edgier film festival. We chose 50 hours, and we chose the idea of finding ways to incorporate more of the city culture, everything from the arts, from sculpture, music, poetry, historical buildings. It's constantly trying to figure out how to spotlight some fantastic aspect of Spokane that us as citizens have either forgotten about or overlooked.
The Slam kicks off on Friday night and concludes 50 hours later on Sunday night. During the Friday kickoff, filmmakers and actors show up, sign up, and receive a quick orientation of the rules. This is where organizers unveil the criteria of what needs to be included in the finished films.
A character in your film must use a safety pin as a prop.
That's the fun part for us, because we've been for 6 months, almost a year, planning this out. What criteria we can create that's going to throw a spin. Because the problem is with some of these competitions that are timed, they become very formula.
This year's location element incorporates a riddle about a landmark in Spokane.
The items that we've asked them to incorporate changes it up on them. And I think that if anything, it's starting to show how much great talent we have here in town that can tell a story in about 6 minutes.
So Jay's producer.
I'm producer. I'm kind of like the director too, I guess. So you want to get that on camera? It's on camera. It's done. We've got it on camera.
What's happening?
Once the kickoff is through, filmmakers immediately get to work, spending Friday night and the wee hours of Saturday morning writing their storyline and script.
I think it's just fun, work with your friends. Like doing it just because of the environment that you create, and then it's nice to look back and have something to show for it.
This is the first time I've ever been on a team. It's always been me, myself, and I, which has always been an experience, so being on an actual collaborative team, it's been really nice.
It is. It's behind the glove.
We're trying to trick the other behind-the-scenes people with 50-Hour Slam. So we dressed her in a fake outfit, and we were pretending to do an action scene at the other location to fool them.
Yeah.
So we're trying to keep them on their toes.
It's just what we do.
Yeah, it's just what we do.
Scene 2, take 1. Mark. Action.
By the time the big weekend has arrived, the Slam has already met with the city to secure permits and legal papers for the filmmakers to use during their 50 hours. But it's still up to the filmmakers to do their paperwork as they create their finished product.
The whole other big part of the Slam was to get them to want to be making films throughout the year. Short films, more films being made, working on their skills.
Yeah. Just kind of hang out here for a second. You can say your line, "House is so lovely."
Your house is so lovely.
Thank you.
I'm so glad we finally got together, like good neighbors.
Yes, me too. And this is Caitlin.
It's incredible to watch these creative minds come together and how quickly you are putting your ideas into action. It's inspiring for me to be around such creative people.
Oh, and I pushed in a little bit on him because he's the one that...
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping you did it right then. And
Yeah.
you did.
Did you make it? Congratulations.
With the deadline approaching, the teams submit their completed films and paperwork. The finished films are judged, 15 winners are announced, and their films are shown to the public in late spring.
The surprises for me come to find out which teams come in and what they show up with. But even more, it's later when you sit down with them and you talk about the stories about how they got to the point that they got to that short story. I think that's the most amazing part, because it's a very cramped period of time.
Ready?
Where creativity, ingenuity, and collaboration
Action.
has got to be at its highest peak. And that's what our biggest thing is. We're collaborating together on this event to get the general public to see the talent that exists in this town and get that talent to want to stay in this town and enjoy the fact that they're staying.
The end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
happy with that.
If you have an idea for Northwest Profiles, send it to KSPS TV, 3911 South Regal, Spokane, Washington 99223. Northwest Profiles is a presentation of KSPS Public Television.